What's up, guys? In today's review, we got Lego set 75234, and this is the Star Wars AT-AP Walker with 689 pieces. It is not a bad build, in my opinion. Now, this Lego set first released back in 2019 or January 2nd in 2019, and then it retired in July 8th of 2020. So it did have over about a year and a half worth of a shelf life. This Lego set retailed at $60, but right now you could probably get it roughly around $200 ish on the new market, and used probably between like 120 and 140, which is still not too bad. I ended up getting this Lego set like back in 2020. I believe I paid like $40 to $60. I ended up getting this one used, and it wasn't really packed up that well. It was just basically thrown inside the box. I do have a video of me rebuilding this, but I'll put it in a separate video, not here in this review. So looking at the box art, you guys can see the AT-AP, and it's in the Battle of Kashyyyk. You see Chewbacca right here, a Kashyyyk clone trooper, clone commander Gree, and then 2 Kashyyyk battle droids. So a total of 5 minifigures. I don't really count battle droids as minifigures, but Lego does, so we're just gonna go do it that way. Overall, not a bad scene here on the box. And on the back of the box, of course, you guys see a lot of the playability. You guys see that the side panels do open, as well as that turret goes up and down. Pretty basic, nice artwork, nice detail. It has a decent amount of playability, but we're gonna go see exactly how practical that is. You guys can see that the leg can move, the front leg in the front, and then the legs in the back do move a little bit, but not really the best as far as stability wise. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the minifigures. You guys can see that the minifigures look really well detailed, in my opinion. So you can see Commander Gree. You guys can see his torso printing is really on point, as well as his leg printing. Both of these minifigures don't have dual motor legs, which does suck. It is a missed opportunity, in my opinion, but at least they have leg printing. But as you guys can see, the printing only starts in the front and on the back. So both of these have front printing and leg printing, and then on the back it does have back printing as well, but on the side, unfortunately, it does not have arm or side leg printing, which I think it would be a missed opportunity, in my opinion. You guys can see the Commander Gree's helmet looks really well detailed. The visor is green, the marking is on point. That silver head does look pretty good. And looking at the Scout Trooper, he looks pretty well detailed as well. You guys can see his visor is also green. Overall, I don't really have any complaints of these two minifigures. I wish I was able to get a lot of these, but sadly it was not. So next we have Chewbacca. Chewbacca is basically standard Chewbacca figure, nothing really too crazy. He has decent printing on his torso. He has leg printing, which is good. You guys can see that he does have a little bit of fur, and then you can see that his little strap on his over his shoulder does have a little bit of silver. Overall, not a bad minifigure, in my opinion. And then also we do have 2 of the Kashyyyk battle droids. Now these are fairly unique. I do like that there's printing on the head, and then the torso being like that nice new green. Now I'm not really sure what color green that is, but overall it's not that bad and is a nice touch. Now what it is really nice that all 5 of these minifigures do come with their own weapons, so at least you're able to play with these figures or display them in different ways. So the playability just in minifigures alone is pretty good. You got 2 battle droids, 2 clones, and then you do have Chewbacca, which is a nice touch, in my opinion. So now let's go ahead and go into the AT-AP Walker. So unfortunately, this build, I wasn't able to build it in its entirety. I bought this set used, so I did have to rebuild it because it was some pieces. Now I tried using the box as well as some of the manual pages in order to rebuild this in its entirety, which I was able to do. So we're gonna go ahead and note some of the playability that this set has. As you guys can see that the sides do open and you're able to have a minifigure in there, which is cool, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure how practical that really is, but on both sides, both doors do open, and they open pretty nice as well. Now, the front turret also moves as well. It does have this weird ball piece right here that holds this kind of turret. So in the box, it does show you that you can remove it in order to just have more flexibility and move this around. You guys could see that you can turn, which is a nice play feature. And if you want to end up keeping this in display position, you guys have to just put that in there, and like that you don't have to worry about the turret moving. You guys can see that it is in place, it doesn't drag as well. Overall, not too bad. Next, you guys can see that it does open. It opens this far up, like a basically a 90-degree angle, which is not too bad. And on the inside, you guys can see that there are sticker elements, which it does suck that they're sticker. It would be nice if they were printed, but overall, it's a nice touch. You're able to sit 2 troopers here inside this vehicle. So overall, it's not too bad. Now this Lego set has no printed pieces. Everything is all stickered, which is kind of unfortunate. Would have definitely liked for it to be printed, but for $60 for retail, I guess it's really not too bad. And honestly, when it comes to this front leg, I don't really like this front leg because it does give out. It does have some kind of playability feature, I suppose, because it does move. When you lift it up, this set is stable, but it is slightly wobbly. And even if you were to put this leg down, it really doesn't add any kind of reinforcement to the stability of this Lego set. So it'll still fall forward, which I really don't like that, but I'm not going to really be playing with this one. It's only going to be for displayability purposes. And you guys can see that it does have the little shooter on top. Now the overall playability of the AT-AP is really decent in my opinion. If I had to really rate this one as far as playability, I guess I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, it is cool that these doors open and that your clones can hang on here. And also at the bottom, there is another piece that they can hang on right there. And on the side has this one right here. Overall, it's not a bad Lego set. Now for $60 when it first released is definitely the ideal price that I would pay for something like this. You know, now with it costing a little bit over 200, which is mostly because of the minifigures, I really wouldn't pay 200 for this. If you really want just a set alone, I think paying just for the walker is sufficient enough. You don't really need too many clones to go with this unless you're trying to army build the whole Kashyyyk scene. But overall, it's not a bad build. Now, if I had to rate the entire set on its own, whether I would recommend for you to buy this set, I'll definitely rate this set overall a decent 7.5 out of 10. It's a good set, comes with 5 minifigures. The walker itself, you know, has a little stud shooter, the Canon details. It would have been nice if the droids had some kind of vehicle like a skiff or just something to, I guess, challenge the walker overall. But I mean, it's still a nice set, I guess, for $60. I mean, if this set right now would probably retail a little bit more just because the way Lego has made their sets and, you know, everything increasing. But, you know, for what it is, it's not too bad. I really wouldn't recommend buying it new. I would definitely recommend buying this used. Like I said, I bought it used a couple years ago, and I think I paid between $40 to $50. But this is back then when this set was still in the market. So obviously you wouldn't pay full retail or just the retired price of this set. Like I said, I ended up getting it in 2020. You guys let me know down in the comment section below. What do you guys think of the AT-AP? And would you buy this in today's market for $200? Or would you guys just skip out and maybe wait for Lego to remake this? But leave all your comments and thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.